guys, in this video we're gonna make peanut butter French toast. I'm starving for breakfast and I was thinking about my grandpa today and he loved this recipe, so I figured we're gonna make it. Let's get started. You're gonna need either French bread or Texas toast, or plain bread is fine too. This is good because you can cut it as thin as you need. This is what I grew up with. It's a sourdough French bread. You will need eggs for your wash, and either condensed milk, regular milk, or heavy cream. This is what I'm going to use. Sugar for the egg wash, vanilla, and I forgot the cinnamon, but you'll need that. You'll also need peanut butter, a pan, and oil, which I'm not picturing over here. Which is over here, not pictured here. So, let me get the cinnamon and I'll get started. Alright guys, right now I've got a pan with some butter heating. If you're going to use French bread, you probably want to make the slices about this thick. So a quarter to an eighth of an inch to a quarter of an inch, because you're going to end up stacking two of these on top of each other like a sandwich. Or if you've got the pre-sliced bread, you can always cut it in half. I'm just going to take and cut this really thin. An electric knife does work better. But it is what it is. The larger slices also, the rounder slices work better. And I usually don't use the heel for this part. This does freeze well. You can put this in the air fryer to heat it back up the next day. That piece didn't turn out so great. About half of this. And if you want a really thick slice, a lot of bread comes pre-sliced, probably like, you can just take it the way you would stuffed French toast, which we'll make too sometime, and you just make a slit through it and fill that with peanut butter, but don't cut it all the way through. So the bread is cut. Let's put this away and make the egg wash. First thing you're going to need, a splash of vanilla. I'm going to half this recipe, but I would say 2 eggs generally for about this much. We're going to cut this in half because I've got to teach somebody else how to make this. And they do not want to be on camera. So we're going to do 1 egg. I'm going to use a mix of milk and heavy whipping cream to make it closer to half and half. So I've got just a splash of whipping cream in the bowl. I'm going to do about a quarter cup of milk. I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of sugar. And this is not sugar, this is Splenda. Let's try that again. They look the same when you don't have your glasses on. tablespoon, or a half a teaspoon, about that much cinnamon. Now, mix it all together and get the egg to beat. We want this batter thick enough to coat. Now, let's get a plate. I'm going to have to move you over to my stove because I don't have my frying pan here. I'm going to take, you know what, actually, we need to get the peanut butter out. I'm jumping the gun. So before you dip this, you are going to want to spread some peanut butter on this. I like it on the thicker side. But some people like it thinner. This is a really sweet recipe by the time you add syrup to your French toast. When I was a little kid, I used to go boating in the wintertime. And the Quality Inn served this breakfast. Well, then my grandma started to make it. My grandpa really loved this. And this became something that our family and our friends all started to eat. So it's kind of like a sandwich, or if it's a thick piece of bread, it's just filleted open, butterflied, with some peanut butter inside. So you're going to want to take and dip it in just like regular French toast. Coat both sides really well. And then let's go over to the frying pan. I mean, this is going to be done just like regular French toast. I've got some butter in the pan. I like the way it tastes with butter. It's all melted. So let's get this on. You have to make sure you pierce both sides since this is 2 pieces of bread. And we've got this on medium heat. And I'm going to go get another piece going. I'll do about 2 at a time. So I'm going to do this on medium-high. You'll start to smell it browning when it's done. This will take probably 3 to 5 minutes. I'll be back when it's close. Okay, guys. We don't want this soggy underneath, but it's starting to smell brown. You see it looks a little brown. I've let it go a little longer. So now we're going to flip it. And here's a cool trick I learned so that it doesn't come apart. If you take a wooden spoon and flip it, and it may look browner than it really is because of the cinnamon. So this one feels a little squishy still. We're going to let this cook. And then what I may do is flip it back over for a few more minutes. While these cook in the frying pan, you can also put the oven on a low temperature to finish crisping them up. Okay guys, it's all done on both sides. This is what it looks like. Most of the time this is served with powdered sugar and some syrup on top. Got a little butter on it already. Not doing the syrup. Too sweet. I don't know where my syrup went. But I've got a steak knife because with 2 pieces of bread it's easier. When I was growing up, we used to go to the Snake River. My grandparents would take us down camping on the weekends and boating. And we'd have this with usually some bacon, sometimes fried eggs, but always cantaloupe. And I'm feeling a little nostalgic, so I've got some cantaloupe here. Got some honeydew. Got a piece of bacon. And in the oven there's some breakfast casserole. Let's see how it turned out. Sometimes I add a little more peanut butter on top. Especially with bacon that's salty, this can get kind of sweet. It's nice to have something savory with it, like an egg and salty bacon. Usually I can only eat 1 piece of this. I grew up eating it with boysenberry and I don't have any of that. But this goes good with huckleberry jam, loganberry jam, anything like that. That's good. Taste the cinnamon, taste the vanilla, taste the sugar in the batter. And then of course, French toast is just rich with the syrup on it. That peanut butter takes some of the edge off of that sweetness. Definitely though I don't recommend powdered sugar if you don't like things super sweet. I do have loganberry jam and huckleberry, but I've got some grape jam open. And I've never actually tried this with jelly, with this kind of jelly. So we're going to try just a bite. This is just grape jelly. Let's see how it tastes. My grandpa used to do half and half boysenberry and half maple syrup. Yes, I called it boysenberry. That's how I used to pronounce it when I was little. And my grandpa used to joke and call it that. It was kind of a thing. That's really good. Definitely will not be eating more than 1 of those. Half of that's enough. Well guys, I've got more French toast to make. It's been a fun video. I hope you enjoyed the recipe and the story. What kind of things bring you nostalgia? Take care.